Hi guys, and welcome to another reading. So today's reading, the beat of your drum. So what drum are you beating to at the moment? Are you standing in your truth? Are you beating to your own drum? What's going on in your life right now? That's what we're taking a look at. So we have 3 piles available for you to choose from today. And I'm going to give you time in a moment to meditate on those and pick your pile. I am doing things a little different today. So because we're talking about the beat of your drum, instead of visually picking a pile, I will have the 3 piles available for you to look at. But instead of putting an object on the piles, this time I want you guys to listen to some sounds. So I have 3 different drum sounds for you to choose from. So because, intuition, I want you guys to really, take this journey with me. And I know a lot of you guys out there have a lot of gifts, maybe you're not aware of. A lot of us are in touch with our, more spiritual side. And I know that you guys, are able to tap into other ways of doing things, not just by the visuals, but by audio and other ways as well. So I just wanted to do this differently today. It gives you another chance to see how good your intuition is. If you pick a pile that doesn't resonate with you, you start listening and you feel that it doesn't correlate to your situation, by all means, go back to the start, pick another pile. If you want to pick multiple piles, if you're drawn to more than one, go ahead. If you want to listen to all 3, go ahead as well. I will say though with that, you're probably not going to get all the messages that you specifically need to hear in doing that, unless you're called to really watch all 3 and you feel like there might be a message in all 3 for you. But generally, guys, we're about to take a look at the piles. Take that time. I'm going to give you a deep chance to take a deep breath right before we start the sounds, and I'm going to play the sounds for you twice. Just before that, I just want to say, if you guys like my energy, my channel, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I want this channel to grow and flourish. I would love you guys to join me on my journey. I have a lot planned for this channel, so thank you very much in advance. If you felt that the reading or the pile that you picked really resonated, do leave me a message down in the comments. Thanks guys, and let's get started into the pick-a-pile. Okay guys, so I'm going to give you a moment. Take a deep breath in and out, and another one in, and another one out. Now I'm going to play the sounds for you, highlighted each pile as we go, and then I'm going to play them a second time. And then I would like you guys to pick your pile. The timestamps are down below in the description box, as well as the comments. Here we go. Hi Pile 1 and welcome to your reading. So we are talking about the drum that you are currently beating to. So what's happening in your life right now? And are you beating to your own drum? We have 6 tarot cards here for you guys. We have the 2 of coins, which is the 2 of pentacles. We have the death card. We have the 3 of swords that came out in reverse. We have the ace of wands, the 6 of swords, and the hermit. For your oracle cards, we have inner wisdom with Mother Gaia. We have healer. We have forgiveness, and we have voyage. And I dealt you an animal spirit card, and you got the dragon. So let's start off with your tarot. So we have the 3 of swords here in reverse. So this can talk about the release of pain and forgiveness. Right, so you guys may have been through something quite heavy recently, something that has really, a difficult situation that might have really hurt you on a deep level, right? But being in reversed, this is talking now about past tense. So this is something that you have been through already. Now this could be quite recent, or this could be maybe not so recent, but this is definitely a hard time that you guys have been coming out of or are just coming out of now. Okay? And I said too, this is the release of this pain. This is letting go of what no longer serves us. And we also have the forgiveness. This means forgiveness. And we also have the forgiveness card. Okay, guys. So you're in a time, I think, of healing, okay, from all of this, and finally moving on from it, finally leaving this situation behind, leaving behind what no longer serves, okay? Now with this forgiveness card, I think this is your focus right now, to be in the energy of forgiveness in order to move forward. Now, like I always say, and I believe I have said it in one of my prior readings on my channel, and I always say it anyway, forgiveness, if there was a situation that you were in that was unjust to you, forgiveness, being in that energy, learning to forgive, it doesn't mean that you're saying that what the person did or what the situation was, you're not saying that it was okay. All you're doing is closing the door so that you can move forward. You're leaving it behind now. You're making peace with it. You're saying, I'm done with these emotions, with this attachment, and I vowed to move on. I am vowing to move forward. That's what we talk about when we say forgiveness. This can also talk, sometimes the 3 of swords too, about negative talk to yourself. And we do have the dragon spirit, so I'll get into that in a minute. But being that that is there, for some of you guys, this may be a time where you're really needing to change the way that you talk to yourself and make it in a more positive way. This is a time for you guys having more faith in yourself, believing in yourself at this time of transformation, because we have the death card here too, right? Death is about endings and transformation. Now, I always say there's 2 ending cards in the tarot deck, right? The death card and the tower. Now I see the 2 differences between those cards, because in my opinion, The Tower, when we look at that card, especially in the Rider-Waite sense, it's very chaotic. It's got a big burning building. People are jumping out of the windows, lightning striking down, all kinds of stuff, right? To me, though, that is natural causes, right? That's natural catastrophes, being the flames and the lightning and stuff, right? So that, to me, always says that that is something happened that was out of our control, or happened like for us, not to us, right? But for us. So it's like an act of the universe, for instance, where, you know, there's a situation perhaps where we haven't realized that something is no longer serving us. And so the universe comes in and says, we're putting an end to this for you. And so it sort of comes in a bit unexpectedly, and, you know, it can be a very uncomfortable thing to go through, but necessary, right? Whereas the Death card, I always take as your choice. You've decided to put an end to something, right? That's generally how I take it. That doesn't have to be the scenario, but I do feel like, being that it is also a card of transformation, it's like you making that decision to say, okay, enough is enough. And again, like with the forgiveness card, we're moving on, we're forgiving, we are making peace with that situation, right? We're moving away from this heartache now. Again, like I said, the Three of Swords card is in reverse. So this is a time of healing, right? Now, we do have the Two of Coins here, which again I said is the Two of Pentacles. And this talks about juggling a lot of things in your life. Maybe you have a lot on your plate right now, and there's a need for you to be careful not to drop one of these coins, right? So kind of imagine like you're a juggler and you have this momentum going, and you're able to juggle these three balls. I know there's two coins here, but we're talking about the juggler, right? So let's just, three balls, right? And it almost seems like it's effortless, right? And you've gotten used to the rhythm. You're keeping good time, much like the drums. But you need to manage your time wisely here so you don't drop a coin. Because you drop that coin and then the whole thing, just the momentum, everything just stops, right? And you may be in that realization right now, knowing that, you know, I'm doing my best to keep going with all of this so that I don't drop a coin. So you may already be in that realization. This could just be confirmation for you, right? For some of you. But we do have the Ace of Wands underneath here. And this may help you in terms of that, perhaps, because the Ace of Wands is about opportunities, right? Aces are all about the new. There could be new ideas, creative ideas coming through for you. You know, some kind of inspiration that can take you on a whole new journey. Maybe out of this situation where you're feeling like you're constantly juggling everything. Maybe this is a bit of a solution for some of you guys. I feel like for some of you, again, with that Three of Swords, about possibly talking down to yourself, if that resonates with some of you, this could even be you guys finally, you know, taking a chance on yourselves. Giving yourself an opportunity, right? For success, for the new. Maybe you're really going for something that you feel very passionate about. Wands are about passion. Again, this is creativity. So this is taking you on a journey, right? This is new opportunities, new beginnings, right? And what do? They take us down new paths. They open up new doors. It's all new, right? We have the Six of Swords here. The Six of Swords talks about that. Moving into the calmer waters. moving away from those rough seas. Again, that Three of Swords in reverse. You guys are healing. You guys are moving on from this now. Whatever this was that happened for you guys is becoming the past, or already is the past. Now, again, in the traditional tarot deck, right, you've got people on a boat. The swords they're taking with them, they're actually stuck in the boat. And I kind of feel like it's a similar analogy actually to that Two of Coins, because it's like if they took those swords out, the boat would sink because they've made holes in the boat technically, right? So for now, those swords are going to stay there. And you might be in that energy right now where there's still some things that are attached to you from what you're healing from. So again, that sense of you're still healing, but the transition is happening. Again, death card, transformation, right? The transition is happening for you guys. So the thing you've got to be careful with, though, with this Six of Swords, leave those swords on the boat. Again, where, you know, moving into the new, you don't want to take anything old that doesn't serve you anymore, right? Does that make sense? So, but for some of you too, because we do have the Voyage card here as well. So this talks about going on a journey. Being that we have the whales here, and they're, you know, floating over the sea, this makes me think for some of you too, it could be literal travel. Just for some. But for the majority, I'm sensing that it is a time of growth and new venture, discovering your true self, being more in your light. We have the Hermit card here, right? The Hermit's coming out of his cave. You are coming out of this hurtful situation, this situation I feel that has perhaps been like a cloud over your head, maybe even clouded your vision, but you're coming out of this now. And with wisdom too, because we have the Inner Wisdom card as well, Mother Gaia, right? You guys have a light to shine. And we're talking about, you know, the beat of our own drum, right? So your path ahead may not look like anybody else's path. It shouldn't really, because we're all different, right? But it's the path of truth. It's the path that you are meant to take, that you are meant to follow. Follow your truth. Follow your soul, your heart, and who you are. Like I said, for some of you, this could be in the creative sense. Some of you might be artists, I'm feeling. So, okay. With this inner wisdom, I feel like you guys, there's a sense for you to need to pay attention to your instincts right now and your gut feelings, right? That's going to help move you forward on your path, this new path that you're starting. It's very important, once we make that decision to be in our truth, to stay in our truth, right? To not veer from the path that we know that is right for us, to not let distractions take us away, right? And that can go for that negative self-talk, but also in the outer inner realm as well. So outer influences, right? People, scenarios, situations. Also, too, I'm looking at the fact that, you know, obviously Mother Gaia, with her pregnant belly there, she, you know, that reminds me of the Empress card, right? Fertility, birthing new things, new ideas, right? You're giving birth to, I feel like, a whole new version of yourself, but it's when I say that, it's not to say that it's something that you're unfamiliar with, because you're actually finding you're coming into your true self. And whether you for some of you already knew who that is, right? And now you're just finally deciding to embrace that without the fear of criticism or judgment or anything like that. For others of you, you're now discovering your truth. Does that make sense? You may be connected to Mother Gaia. There may be a need for you guys to maybe do some grounding work right now that might help you along your path. For some of you, Mother Gaia might be giving you some downloads. Maybe she's, part of that inspiration that's going to be coming to you with that Ace of Wands there. We have the card of 17 too. That might mean something for you guys. That breaks down to an 8. And we have 14 as well, breaking down to a 5. 5 is change. So again, change and transformation. We have healer here as well, and with the word Charman on it too. So you guys may be shamans, you may be healers, you may be very connected to the masters, you may be, maybe this is why you had to go through some of the things that you've been through, so that you can be that light and wisdom for other people. Show them the way, right? Because we have the Hermit here with the lantern. Show them the way. We have the Dragon Spirit here. This is about power, bravery, right? This can also represent authority as well. But they're a sign of transformation, and some cultures too, good fortune, right? Which is always nice, yeah? This is wisdom, this is strength, standing in your power, overcoming obstacles and challenges, which I feel like you guys have already done, right? You're coming out of this now. But this has led you to realizing who you really are. This has led you to realizing the power that you have, the strength. Dragon may be a spirit guide. Can also signify too that you are very protected at this time by spirit. I feel like you're helping others unlock their power as well. For some of you with this healer card, if you are resonating with that, a part of your path ahead is to open up people to their own strengths, their own inner powers, unlocking all of those. Dragons too sometimes are seen protecting things, right? Protecting treasures. So maybe you have some answers that people are looking for. Maybe you have, through what you've gone through and what you've gained, you have some wisdom that people are really going to want to know about, that's valuable to other people, right? Again, like I said, if you are a healer, or whatever this path is ahead, this has to do, I feel as well, like I said, possibly for some of you with something creative. And like I said, some of you guys might be artists. Maybe you're inspiring people through song. Maybe your paintings are inspirational and, really touching people in an emotional level, right? Maybe you're a writer. But I feel like too, being with dragon, I think sometimes too, dragons are understood creatures, right? That's misunderstood, sorry. So they're misunderstood sometimes, I feel like, and that could well be you. Maybe you felt quite misunderstood. And sometimes we are, like, by really standing in our truth and being who we're meant to be, not everybody is going to understand that. And how can they? Again, they've not spent a day walking in our shoes. They are not us. We are all individuals, right? We can connect on certain levels and certain things, but we're never fully understanding of other people because, like I said, we're not them. So for some of you, you may feel a little bit dragon-like, a little bit misunderstood maybe. Kind of like that mythical creature that, you know, no one really kind of gets sometimes. I'm thinking about that show from the 90s. I actually love this show. I don't know if anyone else, shout out, like give me a thumbs up or something in the comments, guys, if you love this show. But there was a great show in the 90s, and I still watch it, called Northern Exposure. And it was about a Jewish doctor from New York, right, who goes to Sicily, Alaska, because he's needed there because they need a doctor. And he thinks he's only going to be there for, I think, 1 or 2 years. But then something happens with his contract, and he realizes he's there for a lot longer. And it sends him into a crazy spiral of restlessness and aggravation because it's such a small town compared to New York, and he doesn't like it, and it's all out in nature, and that's not him. He's the city boy, and so he doesn't get it and doesn't, you know, sort of want to be there. But anyway, my point is not about him, so I'm not going to go on about that. But you're in this little town of Sicily, Alaska, and one of the main characters, Chris, he's an artist, and he is constantly throughout the show doing all these different kinds of artistic things, whether it's poetry or it's music, or it's, you know, he's literally like making artwork. And most of the time, none of the townsfolk get his art. They just don't understand it. And they spend most of the episode sort of trying to understand Chris and where he comes from, but no one will, because, you know, he's you know, an individual, right? He's a unique person, like we all are. And you know, a lot of the times he's trying to explain himself and, you know, what he means by saying this and what was, you know, the meaning behind doing this artwork and that artwork. But yeah, like everyone really tries hard to understand him, and sometimes they just don't. And there was this one particular episode where he decided to make his version or interpretation of the Aurora Borealis out of metal, and he gathered everybody around, and one of the other main characters, Maurice, who is I don't know, you go through this whole thing in the series where you like him and you don't like him and then you like him, so he's a bit of an odd character. But anyway, he kept coming back to the artwork because he just couldn't understand it. And then you finally see at the end of the episode, they come back to him, and he's standing there, and it's like midnight or something, and it's really dark outside, and he's looking at it, and he goes, "Oh, I get it." And then he's smiling, and then all of a sudden his face frowns, and he goes, "No, I don't get it." And then he just walks off. So, yeah, that could be you. You guys could really resonate with that. But you know what? Who cares, right? You're you do your thing. And that's the whole point of this reading, beating to your own drum. And again, just going back to this voyage, you guys are definitely heading towards a new path. You guys are moving out now from this hurtful situation. Remember what I said about forgiveness. And you guys are ready to shine your light. You guys are starting on a whole brand new journey. So well done, Pile 1. And, you know, thank you very much for tuning into this reading. I'm going to leave it here. I hope that was helpful for you. Please leave me a message down in the comments if it was and it did resonate with you. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you like my energy and you like the channel itself. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much, and best of luck to you. See you on the next reading. Bye, guys. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. So today we are talking about the beat of your drum. What drum are you beating to? What's going on in your life right now? For your tarot, we have the King of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the Four of Coins, being the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and Strength. For your Oracle, we have Truth and Integrity, celebration, stillness, stand still, and your animal oracle is the shark. Now what I'd really like to do, I think I'm going to start off with the King of Swords here. Now he's someone who stands in his truth and authority. And we have the Truth and Integrity card here. But he's also quite intellectual. With this, guys, you are coming into your power. And with that Truth and Integrity card, this works beautifully with the theme of beating to our own drum, right? This is a time of clarity for you guys as well. And as the king can be quite impartial when it comes to observing or judging a situation, this allows him to move forward in a more balanced way. With the Four of Coins being the Four of Pentacles, underneath him, this card can talk about fear of finances, right? Holding tight onto your coin. Having a negative mindset about money and finances. And not really gaining pleasure from spending a little coin here and there. Because we owe it to ourselves to do that sometimes, right? Sometimes we work really hard for that coin. Why shouldn't we be able to have some pleasure from it? But this can also talk about being steady in your finances. Spending when necessary, but saving when necessary too. With the King of Swords above it, if you are in the negative mindset, I see you coming into a better balance with how you view your finances and how you act towards them, using that intellect and good judgment from the King. Now, we have the Ace of Cups here, all about emotional fulfillment. You're coming into a time where your cup is going to be filled up and happiness is on the way, if it isn't already. But I sense perhaps for some of you it's not in your energy yet because we have below the Four of Cups, which can talk about things unseen, right? Not being aware. This can be a situation where something can catch us off guard. Maybe something we didn't expect. But also it can be that we're not seeing what's right there in front of us, or in the Rider-Waite version of this card, beside us, right? And our focus, because our focus is elsewhere. That could resonate for some of you with the Four of Coins. If you're in that energy of being too strict on yourself with your finances, right? And not seeing that pleasure can be found by changing the way you view your finances. Right? Maybe there's a need to change that view there. Now the thing about the King of Swords, he's all about the divine masculine, right? Not very in touch with his divine feminine. And so perhaps that's why you're not currently seeing the opportunities available to you that could bring you that emotional happiness. Right? Your cup literally overflowing. It's there if you're willing to see it and embrace it. You guys, with the Seven of Swords, you might be in this energy right now where you are feeling in competition with others. And we do have the Shark card. And we are bound to encounter some sharks once in a while, right? You may be feeling vulnerable. This can be haters too. I don't really like using that term. But for lack of a better term right now, I'll say it. People that don't understand you, right? And listen, you know, I say the word hater, but in regards to those people, they're just, it's not a hate situation. And that's something I've had to learn in my life. It took me a long time to learn it, I'll be honest, because I kept thinking that people were throwing all this hate my way, and I kept thinking, like, why don't people like me? You know, why do people, you know, constantly have these issues with me and you know, this anger and like all these other emotions and things? And for some of those people, it was just pure jealousy. It was just, oh, we see that you're a nice person, and you know, that annoys me, you know, or I see that, you know, you're living your life quite happily. That annoys me. You know, it's not often like literal hatred towards you, but it's coming from another place. Does that make sense? So, you know, you may be wanting to take it quite personally, but I want to tell you don't, because it really isn't most of the time personal. But yeah, you know, this may be also people, like I said, that don't understand you or see your worth. But with the Strength card here, you have what it takes to overcome this, to unleash your personal power. And I'm feeling like that Katy Perry song. You know, you're gonna hear me roar, right? Because I'm a champion, you're going to hear me roar. Louder than a lion, you're going to hear me roar. So I want to reference something else here with you guys as well. And you know, sorry, it's not a sympathy ploy, right? But I did lose my parents, sadly, both of them to terminal illness, which, you know, hit me really hard. Anyways, but my father really loved this poem, Desiderata, and there was a line at the start of it that he really sort of wanted to put his focus and emphasis on, and the line, we ended up actually putting it on his grave, because it just sort of, it was sort of like my dad in essence, in a way, you know, like just the kind of person that he was. But anyway, the line says, "Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence." And we have the stillness card here with the swan, and it made me think of that. And I think it's like how the sea has, you know, many creatures, even sharks, right? But they all swim together in the same waters, right? Even the little fish and the other creatures swim amongst and beside the sharks, right? Now we have the card standstill here. And I think for some of you, that could be literal. So perhaps you've been at an impasse, a literal standstill. But this card to me actually looks peaceful. And I think it's mirroring some of what I just said about being still amongst the craziness. Perhaps all the sharks, right? Now we have the card of celebration here. And I think with this Ace of Cups, whatever this emotional fulfillment is for you, you will definitely have something to celebrate. I mean, this could even be a pat on the back for being brave, your personal power. Again, we have the Strength card. With the Four of Cups, that card in the traditional deck can also look like he's meditating under the tree. So with that and the stillness, the sacred ceremony here on the celebration card, this could be you meditating. Perhaps that's helpful to you right now. If you're not doing any meditation, maybe that you needed to hear that. And if you haven't had an experience with any, there's loads of meditations on YouTube. And you know, if you're not sure what you're doing or how to go about it, there are plenty of guided meditations, so check that out, guys. But that could be very helpful to you right now in some way. And with the Truth and Integrity card in the background, it looks like sacred geometry. So that could be something you guys are into, or something that's helpful to you as well. Look into that. With the Shark card, we talked all about if the shark was an outer source, right? But in terms of you, and that possibly being some of your energy, this can be mirroring some of the King of Swords, with the authority, the power in that Strength card, right? But also, it could be putting you in an energy of feeling like you need to defend yourself. And that too can work in with that meaning of the Seven of Swords, with the haters, the competition. I just want to get a clarifier for that celebration card. Let's see what we're celebrating here for you guys, because I do want to get a clarifier. So I know you guys can't see me shuffling or doing anything with the cards. I do the graphic design type thing just because I have fun doing it. I like mucking around on the computer and doing creative things like that. So you can't see me, but you can hear me, no doubt, probably. Oh, there we go. You can hear me. So yes. Sorry if that was really loud. Okay. Okay. Well, we have a clarifier that's a literal clarifier, because we got the Four of Wands. And for those of you that know tarot, that's about celebration. So that's a confirmation from Spirit. Celebration is coming. There's going to be something to celebrate. Now, this card can indicate engagement. Some of you might be taking a relationship to the next level. Maybe for some of you, that's what that Ace of Cups is all about, with the emotional fulfillment. With that Four of the Cups even, maybe you didn't see it coming. I hope I haven't gone and just ruined that for you guys now, but it could also be that you're the one proposing, right? Maybe you've got your eye on someone else and you're ready to take it to the next step. If you don't feel that this is your energy, then perhaps maybe somebody close to you gives you a reason to celebrate, to feel joyous with this Four of Wands. So it could be about them getting married, maybe your best friend's getting married, maybe, you know, it's a family member. It can also be about stability, right? These four walls. This could be a literal house for some of you. But this is the celebration with family, friends, something wonderful. And we even have the number 4 here, again another confirmation, right, on the celebration card, which talks about that number being stability and about home and about family. So this can correlate to the King of Swords and the Four of Coins and how he's being responsible with his money. Maybe this is a house. You guys have been saving up, being really smart with your spending, right? And now you have the chance to get a house and to have that money for the future. Maybe you saved up for the wedding, or some of you are seeing your finances negatively, who are, you know, sort of seeing your finances in that kind of light, being too strict with your spending. I'm kind of hearing, don't skimp on the wedding. Right? Make it yours. Make it beautiful. Yeah. Pile 2, I hope this was helpful to you and I hope this resonated. If it did, leave me a comment down below. Would love to read it. Even if you just want to say hello. If you like my energy and my channel, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And you know, I hope to see this channel grow into the vision that I have in my head. So I'd really appreciate you guys being with me on the journey. It's going to get very exciting. Take care, look after yourself, and I will see you on the next reading. Bless be, guys. Bye. Okay, hi Pile 3. So we're looking at the beat of your drum. What drum are you beating to? And what's going on in your life right now? So with your tarot, we have 6 cards. We have the 9 of Wands. We have the 7 of Swords. We have the Queen of Coins, which is the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Empress, the Knight of Wands, and the 2 of Cups. For your oracle, we have initiation, rejuvenation, flexibility, transformation, And for your animal oracle, we have the crow. Okay, so let's see here. So I'm going to start off with the Nine of Swords, and that talks about going through many challenges and obstacles, kind of feeling like you've been put through the ringer a bit, and walking away with battle scars, right? Now with the initiation card here, it may have felt like that to you, pile 3, as if the universe was testing you. And in some instances, this could have been the truth. Some of you have been through some tests. But you're getting stronger each time. And you're learning from these experiences. If you feel like you want to give up, to give in, don't. Because you are being asked to keep going. And with the card of flexibility here, you're being asked to be more flexible at this time. See on this card here, there's a heap of bamboo. Now bamboo is a very flexible plant. It bends with the wind, it doesn't break from the environment that surrounds it, which can be harsh depending on the weather. So think of yourself as the bamboo. So no matter what comes, a gust of wind or a full-on storm, you do not break. You're capable of seeing it through. You have the strength, and all you need to do is look at where you've already been. Know that you've been through that, right? Look at everything you've done up till now, all those challenges, all those obstacles, and you're still here, right? Of course you are, because you're listening to my video. Be proud of that. Use that as your fuel too. Now with the Empress underneath that, she's a very nurturing kind of energy, very motherly in her feminine power. You don't have to take that literally. It's the energy that's important here, right? She's creative. She likes to express herself, you know. She represents fertility. She births new ideas. And, you know, she's about expression, creative expression. You know, sometimes she can talk about literal births. Yes, I do have to mention that just in case someone's resonating with that. But in general, yeah, she's about the birth of new ideas. She's a bit of a lady of luxury too. Perhaps some of you are stepping into more abundant times now, but yet with that Nine of Wands, remembering where you came from and what you've been through. Spirit is, Spirit's putting that J-Lo song into my head. Sorry for my singing. I'm still cool with the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. Right? The Empress, like I said, in her femininity, right, can represent the divine feminine. So perhaps some of you are being called to heal your divine feminine or tap into more of that side. Now the Seven of Swords here can talk about betrayal, somebody sneaking around, hiding things, trying to go unnoticed. Because in the traditional Rider-Waite, right, he's grabbing the swords and he's watching this other guy who's there as he does so, but that guy has his back turned and he's really hoping not to be seen taking the swords. So you may be or have been the victim of this, and with the Nine of Wands, that can relate, right, to some of what you've been through. Now, if this is a current energy, you could be somewhat unaware of what somebody's doing right now, and maybe it hasn't come to light yet. With the Knight of Wands, knights are action, right? Seen on a lot of cards, they are charging ahead. So this is motivation, this is passion, right? Because wands, and I feel like pile 3, you are coming into this energy of action, of going after what you want, getting that motivation to do so. But this is the confidence you need to move forward. As we spoke about with the Nine of Wands, to keep pushing forward. And again, Wands being creativity, that goes with the Empress and her creative ways. So for some of you, perhaps you experience betrayal from a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. This could have been a long distance too for some of you. There might be a resonance there, because I'm just looking at the tattooed ship on his hand. Could just be an example of the journey that you've been on too. We have the Queen of Wands. And sorry, did I say Queen of Wands? The Queen of Coins. And again, nurturing energy, motherly energy, like the Empress. So some of you watching may be a mum or a mum in waiting. But she's all about the coin, and her abundance is seen in the Empress too, with her being, as I said, Lady of Luxury. She's stable. She's got the coin coming in, but yet she's fulfilling her motherly duties as well, embodying that nurturing personality. Again, you don't have to resonate with the gender, just the energy that these cards represent. So with the Two of Cups, the Two of Cups. So if you resonate with the lies and betrayal of a past, perhaps could have been relationship for some of you, this is finding a connection with somebody that feeds your soul. Perhaps for some of you, that person in question here embodies that Queen of Pentacles energy. But this is somebody who you have a strong bond with, and on a spiritual level as well. But if we go back to the Empress, about her creativity, right, and the birthing of new ideas, and the passion and action in the Knight, this could be finding somebody who you work well with, perhaps a collaboration on a new project, maybe somebody from your soul tribe, where you share the same views and ideas. With the card of transformation, again, it's that Knight tearing off, right? Ready for an adventure, ready to take that action. And where, like I said, you were feeling beaten down by all those wands in the Nine of Wands, right? You're being motivated to go forward and step into a time of needed transformation. We have the rejuvenation card here, and I feel like it's going to make you feel like you can breathe again. You're finally getting light in the dark. And like a plant needs water, getting what you need to continue to grow, to blossom. And like the butterfly card on this transformation card, we talked about transformation just then, you're evolving from the caterpillar into a beautiful butterfly. With the crow, first of all, I think about the bringer of news, the messenger. Perhaps for some of you, you might be getting some insight and information on who is trying to deceive you right now. That's just for some of you. Crows are very intelligent though. And we have a lot of ravens up here, more ravens than crows. And yes, there is a difference. And I'm just fascinated in watching them. I think they're lovely birds. And they do have a very high intellect. But, you know, they can also be mischievous. And so that could be a connection there to that Seven of Swords also as well, right? Maybe you have a crow energy around you that you're unaware of at this time. But like any bird, they can talk about perspective. So perhaps you need to be seeing things from a higher point of view right now to get the answers you need. I'm not going to go into, you know, whether they mean good luck, bad luck, because, you know, there's so many different cultures that believe different things in regards to that with the crow, but they are related to magic as well. So maybe some of you are witches. Hello, my fellow witches out there. Blessed be. Maybe, and this might be for a small few of you, somebody did some dark magic on you. If you feel that to be true, so don't freak out when I say that, that's just for possibly very small few of you. If you do feel that is true and that may be the case, please protect yourself. We have here the green tourmaline, but black tourmaline is a great protection stone. So perhaps some of you might need to be keeping some of it around you right now. Maybe you can wear it. I have some black tourmaline jewelry, and I also have black obsidian. Obsidian is also good for getting rid of negativity and things. Usually a lot of the black stones are the protection ones, so we have the number 16 here. That could be relevant for some of you. That breaks down to a 7. 7 is like intuition, inner strength. Can be a bit of a magical number too. So again, some of you might be witches watching here. That's a bit hard to say, witches watching. We have 23. That breaks down to a 5. And 5 is change. And again, that transformation. So part 3, I'm going to end it there. I hope this was helpful. If you liked this, it resonated, please leave me a comment down in the comment section. Love to read it. If you like my energy and you like my channel, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Other than that, have a great day, night, wherever you are in the world. Take care of yourself. Blessed be, and I will see you on the next reading. Bye.